Watcher, it's me again. And there, the BBC's moaning and bleating again. Everyone at the BBC seems to sing the same song, and the lyrics to that song are, "We're skint, we need some money." It does my head in. Look at this. BBC boss claims broadcaster faces difficult choices due to financial pressures. So this is new BBC chair, Dame Ellen Cross-Stevens. That's a lot of names, isn't it? She says the broadcaster is facing difficult choices amid increasing financial pressures. All they do is complain about being skint. The licence fee brings in 3.7 billion quid a year. That's more than any other of the main broadcasters in the country have to play with. And they can't make it work. 3.7 billion quid is more than some countries' GDP, and the BBC can't make it work. Is it because they don't have enough money that they can't make it work, or is it because the management at the BBC are completely bloody inept in doing their job and just have no clue how to manage that amount of money? The wastage that goes through the BBC when you look into it as much as I have might make you start believing that. And don't forget, BBC Studios trades under the BBC name. I know it's not part of the BBC that you pay your licence fee to. They churn over £1 billion a year. They've got loads of other private companies churning over profit. And they still can't make the money go round. Why? Why do you need more money? Why can't you just manage? I can't get more money. I would love to have more money every month. I face financial pressures every single month. But I can't make more money. I get paid what I get paid. So I have to find intelligent ways to make the money last and to live my life. Why can't the BBC do that? The acting chair, who took over from Richard Sharp in June, is expected to appeal for public support at the 40th Voice of the Listener and Viewer Conference in London on Wednesday. Dame Ellen is expected to say the Beeb needs focus and determination as it seeks to make savings in the face of high inflation and the licence fee freeze. Focus and determination. I don't know. The BBC are determined, I guess. Determined to take as much of your money as possible and to send goons to your house to demand money from people who choose not to pay it. They're determined in that. They have some focus in that. She is expected to say, what kind of news article is this? She is expected to say, why can't we just wait and see what she did say? This has meant and continues to mean difficult choices with implications for our services and of course for our audiences. However, I believe that the challenge is to make sure that a leaner BBC is a better BBC. I have some agreement with that. It does need to lean out. I know there's been a lot of uproar about the local radio changing, but it costs them a lot of money to do. But one of the big things that I've noticed is they have a £300 million-ish black hole in their finances. That's how much they're coming up short every year from their licence fee money and their other earnings. 300 million quid. That's pretty much the exact cost that the World Service means to them. There you go. I've just saved the BBC. I don't get it. They're making cuts, and they are making a lot of cuts. And no matter what they cut, they're going to get backlash, aren't they? Because if you pay the licence fee, you believe you're a stakeholder in the BBC, you believe you're part of it, that you're funding them directly and you get a say in what they put out. So it doesn't matter what they cut, they're going to cut the wrong thing for somebody. The local radio has caused a lot of uproar. The news channels cause a lot of uproar. Now they're doing Newsnight, I think it is. That's caused a lot of uproar. You can't win while you fund yourself this way, BBC. You cannot win. Dame Ellen will describe the BBC as the envy of the world as she turns to the future of the corporation. She will say it's an extraordinary national institution and one of this country's finest achievements. Yeah, maybe like 50 years ago, you can get away with the BBC being the envy of the world. It probably was. But times have changed, love. And Dame Ellen may need to actually go on the internet for once and see what's going on over there. Because, you know, their top flight dramas at the BBC bring in a couple of million viewers. Whereas, you know, some YouTubers sitting on a kitchen floor reacting to viral videos on the internet and get 10, 20 million views on that video. Times have changed. Look at Netflix, the amount of money they're spending and the catalogue they have. And it's just a global institution now, Netflix, isn't it? That's the envy of the world. That's what everyone's trying to copy. That's what Amazon's trying to copy, what Paramount's trying to copy, what Disney's trying to copy. They're all trying to copy Netflix. BBC aren't the envy of the world anymore. It's not the 1950s, love. Things have moved on a bit. Oh, sauce. But as with all great and long-lasting institutions, there is a danger that we take it for granted. In particular, there is a risk of what we take for granted, the reason it's able to achieve what it does for the UK, namely its independence. She's speaking about the UK's independence or the BBC's independence. But is it independent? I fail to believe that the BBC is independent. If it wasn't for the government, then the licence fee charter could be revoked. It's there. Well, it's a royal charter, granted, but it's controlled by the government. So why would the BBC say negative things about the government, who hold its finances and its future in its very hands? You don't bite the hand that feeds you. I fail to believe that the BBC is independent. I fail to believe their journalism is unbiased and independent. I fail to believe it. No one is truly independent, are they? I mean, even like ITV or commercial news isn't fully independent, because let's say they've got a big sponsor, you know, some big energy company or something sponsors the news broadcast or the weather on the news or something, and a huge story comes out about them. Are they going to report it truthfully? No, because why would they risk losing a huge commercial sponsor? YouTube news, people on here who independently make the news, are they completely independent? Not always, because they have to pander to advertisers as well. They can't always say the things they want to say because they'll be deplatformed by YouTube. I don't think there is any truly independent news. You just have to find the news that you like. Sadly for the BBC, a lot of people don't like their news. Yeah, not a lot else going on in that story. So she's the acting chair, is she? She took over from Richard Sharp, who stepped down in June. Is she going to get? Is this big speech? Is this part of her putting her hat in the ring for the full-time gig? Maybe. Who is she? Let's have a look. I'm just gonna have a quick Google. Hold on. I don't know who this woman is, but I'm going to guess mid-60s, short blonde hair and posh. Right, search Google for Dame Ellen Cross-Stevens. That's bang on the money. How old is she? God, I was close. 75. I was a bit off. I was a bit off on that. I was 10 years off on the age, but I was bang on for everything else. Yeah, okay. Oh, she's stuck in the 50s. She thinks the BBC is still a world's great, wonderful institution. Maybe she probably doesn't even have a smartphone, probably using a flip phone, probably never watched Netflix. I don't know. I don't know her history. I'm not going to read about it. I don't care. Maybe if she gets the full-time gig, I'll look into her a bit. But she's stuck in the past. And sadly, so is the BBC. Let me know what you think about all this down in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Hit the buttons and everything while you're down there. And if you do that, hopefully I'll see you in another video again soon. Ta-da.